Welcome back, everybody, to Pro League, the grand finals here of round number 2. We're getting interesting here, actually. It's tied up 1-1 between CJ Entis and the Jin Air Green Wings. Roki's got a mystery opponent from CJ Entis up against him next. And we're speculating it's going to be Byung.
I think it might have to be, looking at the lineups, you know. It has to be Byung or a Zerg player from here. Maybe Bunny if they want to throw that curveball. I'm not sure, Valdez. Obviously, these teams have been practicing for this one for a while, so they could have a sniper.
And here it is. It's Byung.
It's Byung.
No surprise for us.
No surprise at all, man.
Yep.
He's
7
a
and
sick
5
player. Yeah, 3-1 against Zerg. He's a very dangerous player, and he does have the potential to take down Rogue. Rogue has not been showing very impressive, I guess, ZVT in quite some time. We've seen him against so many Protosses over the last couple of months. Just not many Terrans.
Yeah, Byung, though, I feel like his body language is very down. He's kind of slouched here. He's looking at the ground.
Well, he's
like
thinking about
tired.
mum spaghetti more than anything else, Valdez. He's getting in that mood, you know, that badass Eminem mood where you're like, you're angry, you're pissed off, you're here to win. You just threw up the spaghetti. It's time to go.
Let's hope he doesn't puke after the game. Roki has gotten 1 kill. He's 3-0 versus Terran in Pro League. But like you were saying, we don't see it too often here. Him go ZVT. I think the last time was like he went against someone who is it? Some Terran tried to like all in him on merry-go-round maybe.
Okay. I think it's kind of escaping me actually, Valdez. But yeah, he has played a few.
It was like a Thor all-in or something.
Oh, whoa.
I forget exactly who it was.
One of those like Wings of Liberty sort of all-ins. Or was it like a mech style? I can't remember. Doesn't matter. It's probably not going to happen on this map. This one's much more designed for bio sort of styles, much more aggressive sort of bio styles. So we'll jump in just a second. We'll find out.
Let's see, guys. Who do you think is going to take this one, Moonglade, Byung or Rogue?
It's hard to say. I can't tell you right now, Valdez. Give me a second.
I'll give you a second to think before we get into this one. I'm also curious to see what the fans think. They're right now texting out that number to see who they predict, who they think is going to win this match. Byung versus Rogue, TVZ on merry-go-round. This is what we're getting into. If I had to pick one player right now, I think I would actually go for Byung.
I like that. I think Byung is being designed to deal with Zerg this series, so he's been waiting for Rogue to come out. Now he has.
Let's see how it goes, guys. Byung versus Rogue in game number 3. Up here in the top right for CJ Entis, our yellow Terran, he is Byung.
Looking unimpressed, slouching. Down here in the bottom, 6 o'clock position it is. The Zerg player winning 1 game already. Rogue. Can he do it again? Got a fan here swaying side to side, making it harder to read. Wait, that's a GG go.
Yeah.
I can't read that at all, Valdez.
So something about, you know, of course it's, you know, Rogue, he's really awesome. And eat your pizza, enjoy some StarCraft, basically.
Sounds like a good idea to me. Wish I had some pizza.
Minus the pizza.
Yeah. These positions not too good for Rogue. Having a quick look at the mini-map there. Seeing where that third base is for him, the closest third base and the safest third base will be that middle base, leaving a little bit more exposed to any sort of bio push coming down that center. So a little unfavorable there, and we're actually going to see a very early scout from Rogue.
He wants to see exactly where Byung is on the map first, I guess. I mean, from the Zerg standpoint, would you go for this kind of scout? Are you really that curious to see exactly where he is and see exactly what he's doing?
Well, this map has been known for the proxies in the past, so I can't blame him if he thinks that might just be the way that Byung wants to deal with him. And if you feel like you are the more superior player, perhaps maybe better in the macro sort of game, sure, go for that scout. Make sure you don't die to the cheese and play a normal game from there. He does get that scout off straight away. He knows exactly where he is. And this is also important, knowing where the positions are, because he does know, okay, I'm at a kind of a more of a tricky position here. The third base is going to be a little bit trickier to hold. Maybe I want to go for a fast two-base muter into that later third base. Maybe I want to get that third base really quickly so I get that creep spread out. It's going to be up to Rogue and see what exactly he wants to do.
Look at the predictions from the fans. 53% to 47%. Rogue in the lead. That is incredibly close, man.
Yeah.
We were talking about it. This map is actually extremely close. This match between these two players.
Oh, yeah. It's very, very close. Not like the top players on their teams, but still very strong in certain situations. And it's going to be interesting because obviously Byung, he did come out for Rogue. You know, he has been practicing for this matchup. Whereas Rogue, he came out for Hero. He was practicing for ZVP. It makes things a little bit more interesting when players are kind of designed their training simply for that one race and one player more than anything else.
Very curious to see how the two styles of the players are going to flesh out here as we enter the mid stage of the early game, I guess you could call it. We're getting our expansions up. And look at this. Already trying to go for a Overlord snipe with two of the Marines. Very cute here from Byung.
Yeah, he's trying for it, but very smartly Rogue has kind of put his layout be a little further away. Staying in that airspace just a little bit longer. A safer flight path for that Overlord. I like that word, Valdez. Flight path.
Flight path. Isn't it like a hover path? I mean, do they really fly?
It's more like a float path, actually. Yeah.
Not even really a hover. You're actually spot on there. It's a float.
Yeah, float
from
path.
the overload.
Well, either way, he's going to remain alive for now with that float path. We did see some pretty quick speed come out in this map as well. It should be done just before the 6-minute mark. So we'll be able to have a little bit of map control for then. Might even find some damage. He's going to run into some Marines. No, not just yet.
Gonna take the top of the ramp. I like this from Byung. He's gonna get both Zerglings.
That's nice.
Especially because Rogue only made 2 Zerglings. So now he's got nothing out on the map, actually, to even take a watchtower or just to spot for the Terran moving out or, you know, just to give yourself a little bit of safety.
Yeah, that is very true. And we are seeing a very quick starport as well. So I think it's going to be that Hellion Banshee opening. Pretty damn strong in this map. It could possibly be Hellbats, you know, very possibly as well if he throws in a Medivac. But we do see that tech lab from the barracks, so it will be a Banshee.
Overlord movement speed. This is nice. I mean, it's very good for getting your scouting information just to make sure you can see everything in the Terran's base.
Yeah.
Something you see pretty rarely, but
it is rare.
It does have its uses, definitely, especially on this map.
Well,
you want to be especially careful with that third base.
Well, in general, like if you have a hard time scouting a Terran, you can simply just die to their choice of attack, or simply their choice of unit composition. You know, if he happens to be going mech or a very late sort of bio style, maybe going for a heavy Hellion into the heavy Hellion Banshee into bio much later. You could simply die to these Hellion Banshee. You have to know exactly what's coming your way. And there's a lot of ways you can die. One of the coolest things I am actually seeing from Rogue is that he's adding so many queens. In this kind of position, I think that's very smart because he gets that creep spread out so far.
It's so important for the map, like you were saying. Just the third base is very hard to hold for the Zerg. So you want to get your creep out there, spread it to the third base, just get it out on the map at the same time.
It also makes you kind of immune to Hellion Banshees, or really reduces the potential for damage because Queens can go to toe-to-toe with the Banshees easily and take a lot of hits from these Hellions.
Another Overlord swinging by. He's going to see the tech choice of Byung. He's going to see 2 racks and, of course, the infantry upgrade of Stim. So he's going to know that Byung is, in fact, going for bio and not mech. Not too surprising for the map, but at least he gets that information for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you also want to know, is it going to be a fast third CC? Is it going to be a 2-base, much more heavily aggressive sort of Terran? Because that also, like, really changes the timings on everything you have to deal with. Obviously, you want that Baneling Nest just a little bit earlier, maybe hold back on the upgrades in the Tier 2 until you know for sure you're safe. A lot of things to really account for when you're fighting against Terran, on a map like this especially. We do see that third CC finish up for Byung. And we are going to go into a pretty greedy mid-game from both players.
Seriously. Rogue, all he's doing is pumping drones.
He's up to 65 already. He is well on his way.
He's got 6 slings out on the map. Yeah. I feel like it was partially Byung's fault, but at the same time, Rogue kind of forcing him to not be able to do any damage with that many queens. You know what I'm saying? He's like, he came by with his Hellions. He saw all his queens. He only made 4, I think. Yeah, he only made 4, and he's like, well, I can't do anything. And then Rogue was like, okay, now's my time to shine. I'm going to get my creep spread all the way to your base.
Yeah.
Give him like 10 minutes. It'll be there.
This is actually godly creep spread already. He really focused on it. He knows exactly what to do on this map. And the fact of the matter is that Overlord speed upgrade really gave all the information he ever needed. So he could be this greedy, you know? He's up to 69 drones. He won't need any more drones until this 4th base is finished. All he has to do from here is make Ling, make Bane, defend until Mutalisks, and then go for a great attack.
You know, I was saying Byung, I would favor him very slightly, but looking at the way Rogue's playing, he just looks so confident. You know what we were saying before? He's like the Pro League god, basically. He goes into individual matches, and he kind of gets nervous and falls off, but here he just shows us like 100% of his potential. It's really crazy how good this player actually is.
Yeah, it really is a whole different sort of player to when we see him in the individual leagues to now. Like, he looks so strong. He's in such a prime position to take this one already. You know, all he has to do is make the right choices. And look at this. Look at this choice. He can give up that 4th base. He can remake that. But if we see Byung lose all these SCVs, force his 3rd base to get lifted, it's absolutely horrible. And look, as well as that, he got rid of SCVs. He made them all pull. And he's already got the units in place for this 4th base to be defended.
Yeah, it is going to be off creep, and there is no Baneling speed. That is one thing, but he's got queens here and a ton of units regardless. He's going to come around the back and surround those Marines, actually, with all the Lings.
Oh, big hit from that Widowmine, killing so many Marines as well.
Boy, Rogue holding that with flying colors. And at the same time, as we were mentioning, doing damage to that 3rd base. He even delayed the bunker, which is really nice to do. Yeah,
and now he's even droning up that 4th base while he gets 2-2. Spire just about to finish as well. He can make up to 10 mutas once he gets the minerals for it. Instead, decides to make 15 Banelings.
I don't think Byung saw that. Would have been good to actually cancel those Banes, make sure they don't roll into your 3rd base, but regardless, he's going to go for that drop, it looks like, towards the natural. At the same time as harassing over here. Nice Widowmine hit.
That Widowmine has 22 kills.
That's pretty insane. Banelings rolled through there. They clear it up. And here's that double drop into the natural. 2 Widowmines are there. It looks like Rogue is going to have enough stuff to clean it up.
Oh,
the Widowmine!
Oh, not finding too much.
Oh, that could have done a lot of damage if he targeted it, but...
Yeah, that could have got real bad. He needs mutas on the map, by the way. He needs to get them now so these drops just stop happening. Still kind of deflecting them pretty efficiently. There's still a Widowmine in that natural. And it's going to reset and get another hit off before Rogue deals with it by the looks of things. I'll keep tabs on that one.
There it is. Rogue just doesn't know. He's missed it.
Oh, man.
There it is. 4 more kills for Byung on those drones there at the natural.
Yep, can't let that happen. Now mutas are on the map. Keep these queens alive.
Ooh, I love the multiple drops and pressures that are coming out of Byung. He's really pulling Rogue out of position. Widowmine hits that 2nd one. It doesn't get the burrow, though.
And I think Rogue will stabilize from here. With these mutas out, as long as he doesn't throw them away, we're actually seeing the mutas trade with Marines right now. Not the healthiest of trades, but he is going to clean it all up.
Yeah, eventually, but I think he lost 2 mutas in that trade, not the best. Another Baneling roll by. It looks like he gets 4 SCVs. The bunker's on fire.
2-2 just finishing up for the Ling Bane as well. Just slightly ahead of the bio upgrades. So he's in a good position for this. He needs to start re-droning up this 4th base.
Bunch of Banelings morphing in the face of Byung. More Banelings rolling through. He's got 2. He gets a huge hit. 10 SCVs go down. Very nicely done by Rogue. Consistent pressure at that 3rd base.
Yeah, just not letting up with this. This is really really efficient counterattacking. Not committing too much to it, but just enough Banelings to get the hits in. We're now seeing more and more creep get cleaned up on the right side. You're going to need to see Rogue start committing more creep queens to this. Cleans up that drop. The mid is still very heavily creeped, and he does have a lot of active creep tuners there as well, but he should start actually working on this right side.
And that he is. We got a ton of tumors lined up, actually, for Rogue. He knows what he's got to do and what he's got to focus on.
Wouldn't mind. And we got to see another Baneling run by. I don't know if this one will find anything. Ooh, a couple of SCVs. Still, you know, doing that once in a while, it's going to whittle down that defenses there and possibly get some big hits in.
Looks like 16 drones went down somewhere on the map. Looks like that may have been at the 4th base, but at the same time, he still has 83 drones.
Yeah, that was actually from borrowed Widow Mines that have the drilling claws upgrade. So you can just drop them and get instant hits, essentially. And now we actually are seeing the mid-creep get cleaned up very efficiently. Gonna have to start dealing with that. But man, look at that Muta swarm. Currently up to 18 Mutas.
It's a pretty huge amount of Mutas, and Byung forced to run away even off creep. Rogue, he wants to commit to this. Let's see the Widowmine hits.
Oh, not good so far. Oh,
that one was really nice, but is there enough bio? There's only one core.
I don't think so. These Bailey's gonna get into the 3rd. Oh, what?
11 SCVs going down, and now desperately trying to repair that bunker, but Rogue doing a huge amount of damage. Look at those supplies.
So much damage. And that CC is half dead as well. If he flew his Mutas in, maybe with a little bit of cover, he might even be able to snipe that.
Yeah. And then Byung's dreams of a 4th base go away as he's forced to use that CC for the 3rd base if he wanted to go for that 3rd base CC like you were talking about. Mutas, they're swarming. We got 8 more on the way. He's going to go up to 26 total.
So many Mutas. And we are essentially just seeing a remax from Rogue. He might just go for the next attack. Look at the creep spread. It has been regenerated. Getting closer and closer to that 3rd base.
We are just seeing some spectacular play. Benedict gets caught with 2 Widowmines in it, and just things continue to get worse for Byung.
They're getting worse and worse. 4th base just landed. Going to try and morph into that 4th planetary fortress, but so many Lings on the way.
He's going to catch the armory. There's only 1 turret over there.
Oh, if he gets these engineering bays, this is huge.
He's going to get them both. There's nothing for Byung to stop it. 1 Thor's popping out. The armor gets denied. He's going to focus down the attack, and at the same time, the 4th base forced to lift.
Oh, the Bailey's in the 3rd as well. Everything is just going down.
Oh my god, I'm getting huge chills, Moonblade. Rogue is wrecking this kid.
He is playing way too good. We've never seen him play this good before. What is going on?
And a run by at the same time.
He doesn't even need to run
by
there.
If I were Byung, I would just lift my hands off the keyboard. He's going to try to go for a last-ditch effort attack here.
This might be his one choice. I mean, we did see Rogue invest a lot in these run-bys. The Rogue, all he has to do is get enough Bailings up on the map to get rid of the bio, get rid of the Marines, and these Mutals should clean everything else up.
That's all he's got to do. He's maxed out at this point. It's 2-2 versus 2-2. There's no 3-3 here for the Terran. Pushing forward, trying to set off those Widowmines. He does get a couple, it looks like. Let's see how the rest of this attack goes. Tons of pains rolling through. The Mutas coming through at the same time. Just a huge number at this point.
Way too many Mutas. And there's simply nothing left Byung can do. More Banelings coming out, and this should clean up everything else. And Jin Air
are going to win another game on the back of Rogue. 2-1. 2 kills in a row for Rogue. And my God, Moonblade, what are we seeing from this 3rd player?
What is CJ going to do from here? They are in such a bad place.
Jin Air might not even have to use Maru. We were talking about how Jin Air, they're in such an advantageous position because they have possibly the best player in the world right now. But still, Rogue, he's showing up to play today. And that play is vicious.
Well, looking at the maps we have now, Overgrowth's going to be the next map, Valdez. It is going to be against Rogue. Do they bring out Sky High or Maru?
You mean Sky High or Biel? I think those are their 2 choices, probably.
Not Maru. Maru's on the other team, Valdez.
Yes, Moonblade.
Thank you for...
After that game, my mind is scrambled too.
Yeah, well, what I meant to say is I was actually reading the playlist while I was saying that as well. So that is actually no excuse for that.
It's all right.
I think it has to be, Biel or Sky High. Yeah.
I think you use Sky High. What's the next map? Deadwing?
Next map is Overgrowth.
I mean, Overgrowth and then Deadwing, right?
Yeah. So Sky High is a fantastic choice. Fantastic choice for this.
Yeah. The picks just seem lined up for CJ, you know what I mean? Merry-go-rounds, you need a Terran to take out Rogue, you send out Byung, he fails. Next up, Overgrowth into Deadwing. You don't want to use Biel yet because use your sniper for Maru. I think it's got to be Sky High.
It's got to be Sky High, but You know what? Biel is running out of pretty good maps for a ZVT as well. It's looking scary. But yeah, I think Sky High, and they got to keep Biel for Maru. If Sky High can do it, if he can beat Rogue, maybe he can force out Maru. If he beats Rogue and maybe someone else.
The two players who have lost to Rogue together, not looking too happy. If I were Byung, man, that's one of those ladder games where you just need to take a break. He just got rolled, man.
Yeah, he got Shrek, man. You don't.
That wasn't even close.
That was the true form of a bop, if I gotta say.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
He got bopped.
Now they go back to the drawing board. I'm sure they weren't expecting Rogue to be playing that good. Whew, man. That was an exciting game.
Yeah, that was incredible. We're having such good games today. Like every single game has been good.
Oh, hot and bothered from Rogue playing that good as well. Oh,
yeah,
man.
Some sick Zerg play here.
I don't think I've ever seen him play that good.
I think that might have been the best ZVT I've ever seen him play.
Yeah,
I mean, Byung,
easily it.
Byung didn't play bad. You know what I mean? He didn't even play that bad. He was doing decently. I think there was a time where he was like identifying the fact that Rogue, he's delaying those mutas a long time. Let me go for like a lot of different counterattacks and drops, and he was doing decently. He was getting some nice damage. There was that time he got like 16 drones, but Rogue was just too far ahead. He was just in control of that game from the beginning. You saw the creep spread. He got his third base up really easily. He was super greedy with his drones, got his economy up and running.
Well, he could be super greedy as well because he got the overlord speed.
Yeah,
it was such a great start, a great addition to the early game. And with those extra creeps and that immaculate creep spread, he just kept going and going and replacing when he had to. So, and not even that, just the counterattacks, consistent counterattacks with Banelings, trading with those third base SCVs.
Over and over and over. That's like a Zerg player's wet dream, man.
Right there. I should put this pin like right here. It's my heart, man. That's what I love to see. We only usually get to see that from the likes of Life,
Yeah.
Maybe Biel. I think we will probably see a similar game from Biel if he gets a chance to play against Maru. But we don't know if that's going to happen.
We don't know, man.
Everything's up in the air at this point.
Rogue could all kill at this point. We were saying he's one of these very impressionable players. When he goes down 0-1 in a series, his mind just goes out of whack and he starts playing really badly. It's messy. It's sloppy. It's not Rogue. It's someone at a skill level way below him. But once he gets one win, he gets confident against Hero, takes out one of the best Protoss, if not the best Protosses in the world. Then he wins another game against Byung in immaculate fashion, like near perfect. And now he's coming out in Game 3. He's like, I can take anyone. It doesn't even matter if I lose. Like I can just play my heart's content.
It actually does not matter if he loses at this point because he has done so much damage for his team. And Maru is waiting, and SOS is waiting, and they have so many good players, that could just come out and clutch if they have to. All he has to do is play a good game now. All he has to do is enjoy himself and maybe get more, maybe even get a team kill. He can do it.
I think he definitely can. Like I was saying, just rolling with that confidence. You take out Sky High. It's another Terran, but he's probably going to play Mech. It's a different style. We'll get to see Rogue and see exactly how good he is against Mech. I'm really excited about that. I'm actually so certain it's Sky High. I'm not even thinking about any other possibility.
I think it has to be, but we'll find out when the player joins.
When the Terran joins.
Well, I guess we already know about this. Sorry, guys.
It's all right.
I think it is the only choice they have at this point, and it's a smart choice. When you have two great maps for Mech, Overgrowth, and then Deadwing. Make that 4 great maps for Mech. Overgrowth, Deadwing, Varney Research, and King Sejong Station are the remaining maps. Sure, you're going to use Sky High. Why not?
Yeah. And little tidbit about Sky High, we were talking about, we got that graph at the beginning with the amount of all kills, the amount of 3 kills, 2 kills, reverse 3 kills. At the beginning, Maru had a bunch. He had 3 kills and 2 reverse 3 kills. But Sky High, he doesn't have anything here in SC2 just yet, but in Brood War, he had 4 all kills. That's insane. He's got an immense amount of skill. We have yet to see it come to full fruition here in StarCraft 2. I really want to see if he can make it back to his former form. I didn't even, to be honest, I wasn't the biggest Brood War guy, so I didn't even know so much about, Sky High's past, but once I heard that, I was like, what?
Yeah, he's an old school player, man.
4 all kills?
And he can come back. He's already looking fantastic. He's come a long way this year already.
Yeah.
And I'm sure